Okay, today we're talking about Xbox because they just did a very deep dive into it, and I think they said stuff that shouldn't be said. Basically saying the entire Xbox brand is just dead. Even is actually going to save it. Now, this is from the people at Obsidian. Obsidian Games is pretty much the only Xbox studio that's really putting stuff out. You can talk.
What? What about Ninja Gaiden 4? What about South of Midnight? What about Forza Horizon 6? What about Fable? What are you talking about, man? Like, I get it. You know, you hate Microsoft so bad that you even gotta lie about it, man. That's how pathetic you ponies are, man. You know, you guys keep saying that Xbox has no games, but yet they out here pumping more games than y'all. What are you talking about?
Talk about Hellblade or Gears of War or Halo and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Really,
and Hellblade.
Putting out the actual games. That's Obsidian.
So they're not actual games, so Ninja Gaiden 4 is not an actual Doom Dark. Man, what are you talking about? Doom Dark Ages. Now you went as far to say that Obsidian is the only company really pumping out games for Xbox. When you had Doom Dark Ages, South of Midnight, Ninja Gaiden 4. What are you talking about, man? If anything, they pumping out far more games than you on PlayStation, that's for sure.
Games like...
Now you tell me what PlayStation is dropping in comparison. Oh, that's right. Absolutely nothing.
Grounded, Outer Worlds, right? They're putting out games. Avowed. Obsidian is the only people making Xbox games. And they just did a very long...
So we're going to sit there and act like Doom Dark Ages and South of Midnight, Hellblade 2 that you mentioned. We're going to act like those are not actual games, everybody. Because according to Dreamcast guy, only Obsidian is the only company pumping out games for Microsoft.
Interview where they straight up said that it just doesn't work. At this point, nobody's buying Xbox games. Even when you put Xbox games onto other platforms that seem to bomb. It's a very bad predicament that I think still spells there's not only not going to be a next-gen Xbox, I don't even think there's going to be a third-party Xbox soon. But let me explain, because there is a very strange about the Xbox time period, because we are in this era where games are coming out.
But you said no. You just told people that ain't want no games coming out. Just for you to go as far to say, oh, well, I mean, Ultimate, that's a lot of games coming out this month. Really? You just went as far to say that they had absolutely nothing, just for you to go as far to say, oh, well, look at all these games you're getting in 1 month through Game Pass Ultimate. And you ponies are still hating.
Occasionally, Avowed came out last year, although...
All these games coming out, man. And yet, for some reason, you ponies want to sit there and tell people that Xbox has no games. What are you talking about, bro? You guys are so focused as to what Microsoft's doing, but yet if you ask the same question with y'all, what is PlayStation 5 got pumping out? What is PlayStation working on? Oh, that's right, Marvel Wolverine, and that's all you really got, Code Violet. You guys really have nothing. If it wasn't for Microsoft, the PlayStation 5 would be a complete and utter garbage console, and you people know it. At this point, you're just paying for an Xbox Series P. P stands for premium. You want that Xbox experience? Well, you got to pay a little bit more to enjoy it. You know, pay $70 for each game when you can get it all through one service on Xbox.
Xbox is not topping sales numbers. They don't really report anything.
How can you talk about sales if your games are all being pushed through Game Pass? I know a lot of people like physical media on Nintendo, but if you told people that if you could play Mario Kart World through their subscription service, I can guarantee you that the sales of the game would be a lot lower. Wouldn't you guys agree? If you're giving the game through a subscription service that people are already paying for, then why would you expect sales of the game to be high?
And it seems like, honestly, even their fans at this point just don't want to talk Xbox. There was a report that came out from the game developers.
Look at that. PC remains the most popular platform by 80%. Look at that. And you guys want to sit there and console war between PS5, Xbox, and Nintendo. Look at this. Y'all can't even compete with PC. But yet you guys say that PC's not taking over gaming. Look at this, man. You know, people gonna start trading their consoles. And the funny thing is about you PC gamers, you guys gotta be humble because things ain't gonna get any better for you guys either. Because these console peasants are gonna go to your platform, and just like how they ruined console gaming, they're gonna go and single-handedly ruin your platform too. So I don't know if you guys really want to act like this is some form of a victory, because at the end of the day, we are all suffering here. I don't care which platform you think you're playing on, you guys are not really gaining anything. And this is why the console war is stupid.
Conference that nobody wants to make Xbox games. They want to make PC games. They, of course, want to make PlayStation 5 games, and people are excited about the Nintendo Switch too.
They make more games for Xbox than they do Nintendo Switch 2. What are you talking about? They don't even got Virtual Fighter. What is it? The new re-release of the game? I heard it's coming out in March, but still, what are you talking about? The Xbox gets far more third-party games than what you're getting with the Switch 2. What are you even saying? They don't got no Fatal Fury. They don't got MK. Well, I think they do have MK, but they don't have a good version of the game. What are you talking about? They don't even get the latest. Do they have Tekken 8? Do they have any of these type of... No, they don't. So I don't know why you guys keep saying, oh, the Switch 2 is the market leader. They get it all. What do you mean? Xbox is getting far more games than them. I mean, they're third party, but still, more games, nonetheless.
Nobody cares at all about Xbox now.
Well, if they don't care about Xbox, then they clearly don't care about Switch 2, even with how well it's doing. Because you know why? The Switch 2 sold well, but yet you don't see companies gravitating towards it to make more games for it. They're not. And you Nintendo fanboys know it too.
Truly let this sink in. These people are the people making games. This is the entirety of it. You know, the old Xbox got no games. This is it, baby. This is literally the nail in the coffin to prove that Xbox as a brand is never, ever coming back.
Oh, really?
But even let's talk about this fiscally, right? Okay, maybe Xbox for years and years and years and years. Now this seems psycho. Why would you have such a tiny profit? Well, it's because they were trying to boost their revenue, their stock price, right? All right, if we make $16 billion in revenue, we want to put that...
You know what's sad, bro? You know, we went from talking about the quality of games to now being financial advisors of these companies. Imagine if Xbox dudes did that during the PlayStation 3 when y'all was out there losing money. No 360 owner was doing that. We were just saying we had more games, we had far better games. Now all of a sudden everybody's a financial advisor for these companies. This is what the gaming industry has become. Because regardless of how much income or revenue that any of these companies are making, we're getting far less than what we have ever had before. And you people got to admit that. You guys want to keep saying that gaming is in a good position. Yeah, and again, in a good position for who? For the casuals, for the free-to-play gamers, or for you? Because we already know the answer to that. That's why I just went retro. That's why I just play games and have fun with what I have. I don't really care about... in regards to the passion aspect of really continuing this forward. I mean, I'll play the new games. I have the latest consoles. I'll play them as they come on the platform, buy them $20 on a bargain bin, and that's it. There's nothing any more important than that. I'm not out here paying $70 for any of these lousy, quote-unquote, exclusives, because you know why? They're just not worth it.
Much into our products. You can see here they spend like $15 billion making shows. Crazy, but gosh, this to me is the wildest thing. Sinking to the bottom with Xbox. Microsoft's gaming revenue year over year. Oh my.
Hold on. Let's look at the time of where they acquired them. They were already sinking. What are you talking about? What is you talking about, bro? I mean, a lot of people was kind of getting tired of Call of Duty even before Microsoft acquired them. I know they still got that deal that they got to still put games on PlayStation. But who knows? Like I said, the market is changing. Things are different. People are really playing more free-to-plays than they ever had before. And that is what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing is, you guys want to talk about what Microsoft's losing, but you also made a video talking about how Take-Two Interactive is losing money, even though they dropped some of the most popular games that they've had. Right? And GTA 6 will probably be the only game that they got that's probably going to boost up their revenue and their profit margins. I mean, at this point, you guys are just grasping for straws. I do think that this is a fundamental industry problem, and this is something that's going to have to be rectified, and it can't be rectified by just throwing more money into a budget for a video game. It just can't. It just can't. He's going to get to that point in the video, so let's get to that.
They were pointing it out. That graph paints a bad picture for Xbox. Yikes. It's been pretty clear Microsoft is trying to kill the brand. Rumors of the next console being $1,200 and the fact that the current console is far more expensive than it was at release, kneecapping major IPs associated with the brand. It'll be interesting to see how Fable and Gears of War do. And it seems like right now, as a return to form, but it's all BS till we play it. Now, I do want to quickly say, it's interesting, the excitement for Fable specifically.
And then you got a guy at the bottom. There's no evidence Microsoft is killing the brand.
I have a lot of people that aren't really gamers in my life, right? I got a lot of friends that are like more movie buffs or, I don't know, like reality TV and sports and stuff, right? And it's interesting the amount of people I know that have come up to me and said, do you know about the new Fable? I am kind of curious. I do think that Fable might be crossing that line into mainstream appeal in a way that an Xbox game has not done in a decade.
And what has PlayStation done? Oh! What has PlayStation done? And the funny thing is about this guy's post, what's actually happening per Bloomberg is Microsoft pushing studios to control cost and scope, not abandoning IP. Keyword, not abandoning IP. Do we have to go through the list of PlayStation games that don't exist? Blasto? Let's keep it 100. Killzone, Little Big Planet, Destruction All-Stars, PlayStation All-Stars Royale, Pain, Mod Nation, Heavenly Sword. I mean, Uncharted, we don't even know. I mean, they're moving on to something else. Last of Us has been abandoned. What are we doing? Infamous, Motorstorm, Sly Cooper. I mean, Ratchet still get a few games. But what's going on here? SOCOM. These are all PlayStation games that no longer exist.
I want to go back to this here. There's no evidence of Microsoft killing the brand. The $1,200 console stuff is an unsourced rumor. But what's actually happening, per Bloomberg, is Microsoft is pushing studios to control costs and scope, not abandoning IP. Fable and Gears are the real test. And yeah, trailers don't mean much. We'll see at launch. These words right here, control costs and scope.
How about you highlight not abandoning IP? How about you highlight that, though? Unlike Sony. How about you highlight that? You want to worry about control, cost, and scope. How about you highlight that one right beside it called not abandoning IP? Oh, that's right, because it doesn't fit my console war agendas and narratives. That's why. Because unlike Xbox, PlayStation has abandoned every single thing they have ever worked on. And that is 100% facts.
Almost is the sign of how dead Xbox is.
No, because all companies are doing it. That's why Sony's doing double A's. Yo, you see, I'm too good for these guys, man. They can't argue. What are you talking about? So with Sony coming out with all these double A's for their platform, that's not them controlling the cost and the scope of the games that Sony has once was known for? That's exactly what they've been doing. That's why y'all don't have that many games to play on your platform. If it wasn't for Xbox, y'all would have nothing.
But let me explain. So, cost and scope, right? If you're trying to make a game that's a $10 million project and you keep scaling it up and now it's a $100 million project, you need a lot more profitability on the back end.
Which means that you would need more people to buy it. That's why companies are complaining that they're not making enough money. Because with the cost of gaming going up, that would also mean that you would need more people to buy the game. You can't get by selling 1 million and putting a greatest hit label on a game anymore. The games cost too much.
It does seem like, in a way, that this is all Microsoft really cares about. How tight, how cheap, how quick can you get
That's funny because Microsoft has been putting out the bigger games. PlayStation hasn't put out a big game since Marvel Spider-Man 2. What are you talking about? What is the biggest game that y'all have had? Since God of War Ragnarok, which was a cross-generation game. When God of War 3 came out, it came out as a next-gen game for the PlayStation 3 console. All you people got on PlayStation 5 was a glorified PS4 port of a game, a PS5 port of a game from the PS4. That's what y'all got.
All right, if this is the minimal aspect, the tiniest amount of work, right? Even something like Avowed. I did not like Avowed. Avowed had...
I got a better one. How about Code Violet?
10 giant patches after release that introduced more graphics stuff, more DLC, more adventures and stuff. And a lot of people are like, why wasn't this in the game at launch? In a way, Avowed coming to PS5 here in 10 days, it's going to be the definitive edition on PlayStation.
Did they say that for every game that dropped on PS4? So I guess Xbox got the definitive version of Helldivers 2, considering that we pay less money than you. I guess PC got the definitive version of Helldivers 2, since they don't even have to pay for online multiplayer to play the same game that you are paying for on PlayStation. You see what I'm saying? You see the type of language that they're using? They want to sit there and talk about definitive versions, but yet it costs less to play Helldivers 2 on an Xbox than it does on PlayStation. Come on, man.
Fine. And a lot of people, especially a lot of Xbox fans, are saying it does feel like in almost every time now, they're just rushing games out.
Really?
Unfortunately, Worlds 2 doesn't feel done. Hellblade 2 doesn't feel done. I had a lot of people get mad at me, but I said straight up when Starfield came out, Starfield does not feel done. These are games that aren't rushed in the typical sense. They're not trying to hit a particular fiscal quarter.
I mean, I think that's just games in general. I mean, I think companies are just pushing out games as quick as possible, trying to profit as much. I mean, this, like I said, man, the passion is gone, bro. You know, and that's why I try to tell you, man, these companies are looking at you guys like a bunch of suckers.
It just feels like, honestly, Xbox doesn't care. They say, that's good enough.
They clearly care more than Sony. They clearly care more than PlayStation because you got a PS5, and yet we still talk about Xbox games. Matter of fact, how about you talk about the PlayStation 5 games that are coming to your platform? Oh, that's right. Nobody cares about them.
You've spent enough money. It's freaking not too glitchy. Throw it out there and let the hogs slurp it up. It'll sell in Game Pass.
Just like Cold Violet.
At all. And at this point, the business, 30% bad sales, every single sign is showing that this is the end. This is the hard line in the sand.
Yeah, you've been saying this for the past 10 years. Nobody cares, bro. Because if Xbox is dead, you wouldn't be pumping out. If it wasn't for Xbox, what channel would you even have? I mean, even you're relying on Xbox, bro. Like, it's crazy, man. There's not a day that goes by that this man wants to keep talking about Eba. And like I said, I'm all for that. But it's the fanboy agendas that you pushing out here, man. And y'all can say, well, Gabe, so you push Listen, I only react to what you fanboys are doing. You don't see me making content being like, yeah, Eba better than PlayStation, Eba better. You don't see me doing that. So don't even put me in the same category as the rest of these other fraudulent content creators that are in this community. That's what you guys are doing. I'm just reacting to what you fanboys are putting out. And you guys get mad when you hear the truth. That's all it is, man. But like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Apparently, Xbox is dead. We're at what? Value? I mean, you got more Xbox dead videos than One Piece episodes. I mean, at this point, Xbox is dead. The value 900 million. I mean, damn. You know it's bad when you got more Xbox dead videos, and you probably could have finished One Piece by now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, take care. Peace out.